I'm Ashley Deem, Executive Editor of Fantini Research, and I am here with Jesper Svensson, CEO of Operations for Betsson.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Betsson is a large company, but maybe not as well known in the US. So can you start out by telling us a little bit about Betsson and how you see operations in the US moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, Betsson is one of the bigger European operators and been around for a long time, since 1963. So started in the land-based and went online early 2000. In Europe, we operate in 12 different jurisdictions. Obviously, we are a Swedish company from the beginning, but we have now spread quite widely over Europe. We haven't participated yet into the US market, but of course we are monitoring closely what is happening here and see if that could be a route for us as well at some point.
When you're examining the US, is it something that you think could be a needle mover for a company like Betsson? I mean, a relatively small market at this point. But do you think it's something long-term that could...
Absolutely. I mean, I think long-term US clearly will be a very attractive place to be and so forth. But I think the focus is on long-term in that sense. I mean, right now it's a lot of things happening, a lot of deals and so forth, but it's not yet of the size, of a greater size, if you like, in that sense though. So it will take a bit of time, but long term, I do believe this will be big, and it could be something for us as well.
And we're here at Betting on Sports America, and there's a lot of companies. What is the competitive advantage that Betsson would have as an operator in the U.S.?
I think we are one of the few companies that really fully control our technology ourselves, the whole tech stack. So we have our own sportsbook that we have developed for many years. We have our own payment platforms, gaming platforms, and so forth. So we can really bring the full technology stack to the table, and that's a strength, and that gives us also a good opportunity for when or if we decide to participate in the US market. But that's really where I believe we are standing out.
And so that kind of leads to the question, as a European operator with a long history, what are some of the challenges that you see that could be facing the companies coming to the US and operating in this market?
I think like with any market, you have to understand the market, you have to be local, you have to respect that things are working in a different way than what you're used to and so forth. And the ones that will be able to adapt to that quickly will be the ones that are successful in that sense though. And it's not just to come over and try to bring product or technology into something and hoping in that will work, not at all. You have to understand the players. The players will be different. They will have different demands, and you really need to go local. And sometimes there is where, let's say, foreign operators may go a bit wrong. But I think for a company like ourselves that operate in a range of different jurisdictions, different countries and so forth, we have that experience. We have learned the hard way in some places, and we built up a lot of expertise within this. So I think we understand that you really have to go local in order to be successful.
And in terms of the regulation and legalization, it's from your perspective, is that another challenge that European operators have, is sort of understanding the various layers that comes with trying to operate in the United States in a market, in an industry that isn't yet established and not legal yet in some states? Yeah,
regulation come with a set of different challenges, of course. I mean, you see in the US there's no, let's call it pan-US way of doing things, right? So all the states seem to have a slightly different approach on what you have to do and what you shouldn't do and so forth. So that is a challenge, and the technology challenge with that can at times be the biggest one, because you have to adapt your product for a set of different requirements and so forth. So I think you have to be very aware that you will need to spend a lot of resource in order to make those things work.
If you could look in a crystal ball and see the U.S. sports betting market in 5 years, what do you think are some of the trends that we would see? What's going to emerge as time goes on?
I think, today there is also this discussion around mobile and retail and what is happening. Clearly in 5 years' time, I fully believe that that discussion have faded out a bit, and betting in your mobile, sports betting, will be the mainstream. I think a lot of places have opened up, and I see that some states then will probably quite big and generate a lot of money. 5 years ahead is where I think we can really say, okay, now it has happened in that sense. 3 years perhaps can still be a little bit early to see, the full swing of this industry, but give it 5 years and I would expect it to be fully up and running.
Keeping in mind that our primary audience is investors and C-level executives in the U.S. gaming industry, what do you think that, something we haven't touched on, what do you think people should know about Betsson? Well,
I think the key point with Betsson, as I said before, is that we are a technology company. We have our own products, and we have a history of being able to adapt those products to a range of different markets. So of course, from a potential partner point of view, I think we could, for the right partner, become a very attractive partner. That's my message to the audience.
Well, Jesper, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.